Hello everyone. In this video tutorial, I wanted to cover parts of the week 6 assignment. So I will basically demonstrate for you how to create a baseline for our existing project, how to access the tracking Gantt chart view, as well as interpreting it. I will also show you how to update the percentage of the work completed for some tasks. And then on the second part of this video, I will cover the earned value management portion of this week 6 assignment. So, to begin, let me briefly discuss what a baseline is. Well, up until this point in the project, we have entered estimates and planned information for things like our cost, our resources, and the duration of our tasks, right? We simply entered what we think will happen on this project. And so we now have a baseline that we can use to measure or compare against what will actually happen. So think of it as a planned versus actual scenario. So the weekly project file that we've been working with, again, this is not really up to date, but I wanted to show you a few of the things that we talked about for the assignment week 6. And the first one is to add a baseline to the project. So the first thing we need to do is we click on the project tab, and under the schedule group, you can see that there's a baseline option. If you click on it, it gives you two more options, set baseline and clear baseline. So I click on the set baseline since this is what I want to do. And then a dialog box appears. And by default, it says set baseline and then for entire project. You can do it for selected tasks, but I do want to set a baseline for my entire project. So I will keep the set defaults as is and just click on OK. All right. Now, this hasn't changed anything that's visible to us so far, but to see what has changed, we can click on task and then under the Gantt chart pull down menu, I scroll all the way down to tracking Gantt chart. And well, you don't see anything here yet, but all right, so I can see my project from the very beginning. I'm just going to click and drag all the way to the left. Here we go. So now for every task we see in front of us, there are two lines. The bottom line is the baseline, and then the top line is the actual task. Now, another thing that the instructions is asking us to do is to update some of the tasks with 100% completion. And to do that, I think it said from 1 to 4. So task 1 and 2 are summary tasks, but tasks 3 and 4 are not summary tasks. So I can basically click on one and then control and click on the other. So now I have both of them highlighted. And then if we go up here under the schedule group, you can see that there's some presets, 0, 25, 50, 75, 100. So you can click on that for 100%. And two things have changed if you noticed. On the very left, we get check marks telling us that this task is completed, which these two are. And because these two belong to initiating a summary group, then it also gets a check mark. And also on the right side, you can now see that the 100% completion has been added to the tasks that are 100% completed. And another thing that also assignment asks us to do is to, for task number 6, which is this task here, we need to give it a finish date, an actual finish date, 10 days after the planned finish date. Okay, so let me expand this a little bit. So right now, task number 6 is supposed to start on 5/4 and it's supposed to end on 5/15. Okay, now what they're asking us is, it says, well, now that we're actually working and we have some actual numbers and days to work with, as opposed to planned or as opposed to current, we want to modify the actual finish date to be 10 days after the current date. So the way to do this is, again, you click on the task that you want, and then again in the schedule group, next to mark on track, click on the down arrow, and then click on update tasks. Click on that, this dialog box appears. We're interested in the bottom half. So the left side has the actual start and finish dates, and right now they're NA because we did not update it yet. And then on the right side we have the current dates, and these were the dates that we entered previously for this project. So I want to keep my start the same, which is 5/4/2017. And for the finish date, instead of 5/15, I want to make it 5/25/17. and then I click on OK. So now if I look at my tracking Gantt chart for task number 6, let me just squeeze this a bit this way. All right, so task number 6 is here, and this is the Gantt chart, the tracking Gantt chart that is associated with the task number 6. So now you can see that the bottom is the baseline, and for some reason this, when I hover over, it's supposed to show it, but it's disappearing right away. But visually, you can see that the baseline, which is the gray bottom line for this task, used to be up to here. But now that we are changed the dates and updated the task with 100% completion, now it ended 10 days later. Okay, so that's, you can see that the information is popping up, but it's not sticking for some reason. It's supposed to stay, but I'm not sure what's wrong with my computer here. So that's part of the steps that we were supposed to do for this assignment. Another part of this assignment has to do with the earned value management. And basically that this is a view that gives us information about how we are doing or how we are progressing with the project at any given point in time. So the instructions to do that is, well, basically, let me just expand this a little bit. We go all the way up here to the top left. This is the select all area. If I click on it, it selects all our project. And again, while still here, if I right click on it and then scroll all the way down to more tables, and then earned value is what I want. So I'll double click on earned value, and automatically it changes or it displays for us the earned value table. Now, some of these columns here might not be familiar to some of you, but the nice thing is, again, if you hover your mouse over it, there we go, finally. It popped up a box and it sticks now finally, and it shows us what this is. So for example, the BCWS basically stands for budgeted cost of work scheduled, which is another name for PV or planned value. And again, the PCWP, if you hover over it, and again, it says budgeted cost, but this time it's for work performed. So budgeted is planned, and then AC, which is actual, is again, like the name implies, it's actual, okay, which is ACWP. So this is the actual cost of work performed versus earned value, which is the budgeted cost for work performed. Okay, so you can see here that for where'd it go? There we go. Task number 6, which is this task, the one that I changed the date instead of finishing on the 25th, I added 10 days extra, so now the cost changed. So comparing these two columns, the budgeted, which is what we planned for, and the actual are different. Okay, and then we also have SV, which is scheduled variance and cost variance. So scheduled variance is the difference. Again, variance, that's what it means. That's for the schedule. And then the CV is the cost variance. And again, we have EAC, which is estimate at completion, budget at cost, and also the variance at completion. So this information, you need to submit a screenshot of this screen here, of this earned value table. And the second thing you also need to submit a screenshot for is the earned value graphs. And to do that, you basically go up to the report tab, click on that, and then under costs, you have some different cost reports, and the one we want is earned value report. Click on that, and then from here, you can see that we have the earned value report with some graphs in it, and this is what you need to take a screenshot of and submit as part of your assignment. Now, with information from the earned value table that I just showed you moments ago, you can use this information to complete the second half of part 2 of this assignment. And for part 3 of the assignment, you need to write up a project status report that answers a few questions about how the project is doing. So I guess as a summary for what is needed for this assignment, please submit the following. Number 1, the global TREPS project file, which is now in revision number 6. That project file should show the updated completion percentages for the tasks and the actual finish date for task number 6. Remember the one that we added 10 days for. Then please include a screenshot of the earned value table and a screenshot of the earned value report. Then also please include an Excel file that shows the calculation of the earned value, along with answering a few questions which are found in the assignment instructions. And last but not least, please submit the project status report, again answering some questions found in the assignment instructions. And this needs to be in a Word document. So I hope you found this video helpful. And if you have any questions about anything, please do let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer all your questions or make more videos for you guys. So thank you for watching, and I'll be seeing you in class. Take care, everyone, and bye for now.